My name is Alia, and I never thought I would become the kind of wife who doubted her husband. I loved Arvin more than anything. He was my world. Every morning began with him, and every night ended with thoughts of him. But there was a problem. I was obsessed. If he didn't answer my messages, I became anxious. If he came home late, I couldn't relax until he walked through the door. I constantly worried that someone might take him away from me. At first, I thought it was love. Then one day, I saw a message on his phone. "Thank you for today. Couldn't have done it without you." The sender's name was Priya. My heart sank. Who was Priya? Why was she texting my husband? I wanted to ask him, but instead I stayed silent and started watching. Over the next few weeks, Arvin seemed different. He worked late more often. He took phone calls outside. Sometimes he smiled while looking at messages. Every little thing felt suspicious. Then came the day that broke me. I was driving near his office when I saw him sitting in a café. He wasn't alone. A woman was sitting across from him. They were smiling, talking, laughing. I watched from outside, hidden from view. Then I saw her reach across the table and touch his hand. At that moment, I felt my world shatter. I drove home in tears. I didn't confront him. I didn't ask for an explanation. Instead, I convinced myself that my husband was having an affair. And the more I thought about it, the more certain I became. For days, I could barely look at Arvind. Every time he smiled, I thought about that woman. Every time his phone rang, I imagined it was her. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. One night, I exploded. "Stop lying to me," I shouted. Arvind looked shocked. "What are you talking about?" "Priya, the messages. The cafe, I've seen everything." I expected him to confess. Instead, he looked completely confused. Then he opened a drawer and pulled out several folders. "Alia," he said quietly, "you've misunderstood everything." Inside were contracts, plans, and official documents. Then he showed me a photograph. "The woman from the cafe. Her name is Priya," he said. "She's my business partner." I stared at him. Business partner? Then he told me the truth. For months, he had been secretly working on a surprise for me. Years ago, I had dreamed of opening my own design studio. I thought it was impossible. But Arvind never forgot. The late nights were meetings. The messages were work-related. The phone calls were business discussions. And the cafe meeting? They had just finalized the paperwork for my future business. The touch on his hand was simply a congratulation. I felt sick. Everything I believed was wrong. My husband hadn't been betraying me. He had been working to make my dream come true. Tears filled my eyes. "I'm sorry," I whispered. Arvind looked at me sadly. "You never trusted me." Those words hurt more than anything. That day, I learned a lesson I will never forget. Love without trust becomes fear, and fear can destroy even the strongest relationship. Thankfully, Arvind forgave me. Months later, he stood beside me as I opened my very own design studio, the dream he had secretly built for me. And for the first time, I truly understood what love means. Not possession, not control, trust.